Alright, we're going to look at some dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis is just a fancy-dancy term. Don't be intimidated by it. All we're doing is converting feet into inches right here. And I'm going to do it with the units as part of the problem. So I'm going to be multiplying and dividing by units. It's probably something you have seen before, or if you haven't seen it before, it'll be quickly familiar to you. So we have 6 feet. We got to make that into inches. And up here in our chart, we know that 1 foot equals 12 inches, and you might know that off the top of your head anyway. So what we would have to do to convert this into inches is multiply this by the ratio of 12 inches to 1 foot. Now it's important that the inches is on the top because you're going to need the feet to cancel out. When you divide feet by feet, you get an answer of 1. So this is really 6 feet over 1, because anything divided by 1 is 6. And feet divided by 1 is feet. And we're multiplying, of course, there's 12 inches for every foot. So we're multiplying by something, well, 6 over 1. We can't really cancel those, but feet we can cancel. These are going to get knocked out. And what we're going to be left with once these feet are gone is 72 inches over 1. And that is, of course, just 72 inches. So if you're 6 feet tall, you're also 72 inches tall. It's probably something that's not that difficult, but just the unit setting the problem up is the hard part here. So let's try another one. Whoa, it's a killer whale. Oh my goodness, that's a bit scary. We got to get rid of that. A killer whale, by the way, they can weigh up to 6 tons. We'll say that this one's 5.5 tons. So we got to convert this into pounds, and you can see right here the weight for a ton is 2,000 pounds. So if we have 5.5, well, that's also known as 11 halves if we make that improper. And we're going to be multiplying that by 2,000 pounds for every 1 ton. So I would just multiply straight across here. 11 times 2,000 equals 22,000. And we're going to divide this number by 2 because 2 times 1 is 2. And of course, this is 11t. These tons, they canceled out, right? So we're left with 22,000 pounds over 2, which could just be simplified to 11,000 pounds. Again, just to recap, the units is the important part here. 11 halves tons times 2,000 pounds over 1 ton. The tons cancel each other out because this one's on the top of the fraction bar, this one's in your denominator. So the tons cancel out. There's no unit with this 2 here, so the pounds is the thing that stays, and that's what we wanted the whole time anyway. We get 11,000 pounds. We'll look at one more. Alright, so we're talking about hours and seconds. This is a little bit of a challenge. Up here, they don't tell you how many hours equal seconds. You might be able to figure this out with a shortcut on your own, but they do tell you 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 1 hour over 1. So the numbers here on the bottom would cancel out the 1 hour and the 1 hour, and you'd be left with 60 minutes for every 1 hour. Now, if there's 60 minutes for every 1 hour, how many seconds are there per minute? Well, what we would have here is 60 minutes over 1 just because that's the number that we can make it into as a fraction. And the minutes are going to cancel each other out since there's 60 seconds for every 1 minute. You just do 60 times 60, and there are 3,600 seconds in an hour.